Okay, hello everybody. Today I'm here to discuss about the basic C programming to find the greatest and the smallest number. I know many of you can do it, but the beginners face some problem that how to find the biggest and the smallest number on the same screen. Okay, so I have written here the code on the notepad, and I will tell you on the turbo compiler that how the program is being executed line by line. See, I had written here the code. First I will show you what we are trying to do in this program. Suppose I am trying here to find the greatest and the smallest number. The user will enter the smallest and the greatest number. See, by pressing Ctrl F9, how many number will you enter? Suppose the user entered that I want to enter the number for the 3 times. You can enter whatever, 3, 4, 5. The loop will be executed for that times. I entered 3. Enter the number 1. I entered number 1, suppose 7. The second number we will enter as the, suppose I will enter the smallest number, -4, and this I will enter one more smallest number, then 7. And what we will get the output on the screen is biggest number of all is 7, smallest number of all is -4. Okay, so we will see line by line. First of all, we will talk about the stdio.h and conio.h. These are two predefined preprocessor in the C language header file. stdio.h is for standard input output. Suppose for printf, scanf, clear screen, these all functions are predefined in stdio.h, and conio.h is for console input output. We can say that getch is predefining conio.h. So by pressing F7 I will show you how the code is executed. As soon as I press the F7 button, the compiler turns to main. As we all know, in any languages like C, C++, Java, the program begins where the main body is found, and our main body is here. So again I am pressing F7. Let's go to the clear screen, and I had used here the variable like big for storing the big value, small for small value, and total number I used here for the number of time the user want to enter the number, and I used for the I counter for running the loop, and n I used here the user will enter the smallest and the biggest number. So again I am pressing F7. It will come to the printf. What the printf do, it shows on the screen that how many number you want to enter, and scanf, it's take the value from the user through the keyboard %d, and we will store the number of loops on the total number variable. Suppose again I am pressing F7. How many number will you enter? The number we are entering will be stored in the variable total number. Suppose I entered here 4 times. Last time I entered 3, here now I entered 4. And as soon as I will press the enter button, the compiler will be back to the blue screen, because we are not compiling the program by Ctrl F9. I am compiling line by line by pressing F7 button, and I am pressing the enter button back to the loop and our loop. And how to check the variable, that what value it is stored. By pressing Alt F4 I can check that it is an integer type, and again I am pressing F7, and now we will check the I value by pressing Alt F4. Now I value is 0 as we initialized here. So again printf, enter the number, and I use this line for loop. Here is 0, 1, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So we are getting the number, enter the number, %d is storing the value of 1. Again we are pressing the F7. Scanf, it will ask the user to enter a value. Enter the number 1. We will enter here 7. Again pressing enter, back to the if condition. I used here if condition because I want to check if I is exactly equal to 0. As we have initialized earlier, I is equal to 0, then condition matched, and it will be entered here. So you can see the compiler will enter in the if condition, and you can see the big variable and small value. We will check here by pressing Alt F4 that what value it will store. See, it's storing the garbage value 1356, and what the small stores, small is storing something garbage value -29414, and n is storing what n will store 7, because we entered the first number as 7. So again pressing F7. Now it will check if and what the big. Now after pressing F7 the value changed to 7. Why? because big is equal to small is equal to n, means we declared here that all the variable will get the same value. Why? Because n is holding 7 and n gives variable to small and small give it to big. So all the value in the three variables are same, 7, 7, and by pressing alt F4 we will check 7. Okay, and now it will check that if 7 less than 7, okay, and seeing the value by pressing on the variable alt F4, the value we will see. So 7 less than 7, condition false, it will not go here. Okay, again, if 7 greater than 7, condition false. Okay, F7, again we are pressing F7, the condition is false, that's why it goes back to the loop for the second. Now the I will be from 0 to 1 because I has incremented from here, and now we will be asked to enter the second number, and here we will get from 1 to 2 because earlier we entered 0, so we added 1 to the 0 and we get 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, and now 1 plus 1 we will get 2, so it will print enter the number %d, means %2. By pressing F7, scan up, it will take the user value, enter the number 2. Suppose we will enter here -3, enter. It will check the condition. If I is equal to 0, now the condition will not meet because I had incremented to 1. I has incremented to 1. So the condition will be false and it will be come to this line. Okay, again I am pressing F7, see in this line. What the variable big is storing earlier you remember that big is storing 7. We can check it out here, 7, and what now n is holding on. We had entered now -3, so -3, so 7 less than -3, condition true or false, condition is false. Then we'll come to the second if. Now it will again check that small means 7 greater than -3, so condition is true or false, condition meets, so 7 is greater than -3, so the n variable means the value what is stored in n will be assigned to small. So if we will check here, we will see here 7, but as soon as we will press F7 and we again check the small variable, it will show -3, means the n value is assigned to the small, and the small is holding now what, -3. Now n is holding is what, -3. Okay, again we entered. Now our loop will be continued for the third time. Again I am pressing F7, enter the number 3. Suppose I enter here 2, enter. Again the same criteria will be goes on. If big less than 7, what the big is holding on, again it's holding on 7, and what the n is holding on, n is holding on 2, because right now we have entered 2. Okay, again pressing F7, the condition will be met or not. 7 less than 2, false, and small -3, because earlier the n has given its value to this small variable, and n is holding now what, 2, so -3 greater than 2, condition true or false, false. Okay, it again goes back to here. Okay, again for the last time the loop will be continued. For the fourth time, enter the fourth number. Suppose we will enter here 9 greater than 7. Remember now the value what would be stored in big now changed. Notice it. If I is equal to 0, absolutely condition will be false. If big greater than, and in big we are holding 7, now in n 9. Okay, 7 less than 9, condition true, it will be entered in the if condition. Now the n value will be assigned to big, because big is holding 7 and n is holding 9, and as soon as we press the F7 button, now we can check the big value. See, it's increased to 9. Okay, and now it will check the second condition. If -3 less than, sorry, I got the wrong, small, -3 less than 9. Okay, here we are having -3, condition false. That's why it's come to the printf statement. Printf statement, biggest number of all, %d. I use the variable big to print the value here, and smallest number of all is %d to print the smallest number. In small we are having -3, and in big we are having +9. So F7 get ch, will exit the program from the console, and see, this is our output. Biggest number of all is 9, smallest number of all is -3. So I hope some of the people have cleared their doubts. Once again I will tell you that main logic is this one. If we have to initialize all the variables to the same value, and whatever value will be greater than will be hold on big, and if the condition will check that the small is less than the small variable, it will be stored on the small. So this is my tutorial. If you have any doubt, please ask below the comments. Okay, thank you, see you again.